Okay, this is feeding my little Scrat. He is approximately 4 weeks old. His eyes aren't open yet, but he does have bottom teeth. And this is his lunchtime feeding. Come here, buddy. Come here, little guy. I've had him for 1 week. He fell out of a tree. Or, we actually don't know how he landed on the ground, but a dog brought him to his owner. And luckily the dog was very gentle and didn't cause any real damage that I can tell. There was one cut on the belly, and he had some blood coming out of his nose. So I really wasn't sure in the beginning if he was going to make it. But looks like he's making it just fine. His eyes are still closed. This is the second dropper of milk that I'm giving him. So at 4 weeks old, I'm feeding him approximately every 3 hours during the day. He eats approximately 4 to 6 cc's of Esbalac. Esbalac is the recommended milk for nursing squirrels. And they also recommend you use the powdered, so I do use the powdered. And I reconstitute it every day. Come on. Show your fans your pretty face. Come show your pretty face over here. Here. Here's some more milk. Get some more milk. Each one of these droppers holds a cc, so this is his second cc. They're supposed to, up until 5 weeks old, they are supposed to have 1 cc per feeding per weeks of age. So he is approximately 4 weeks old, so I try to get him to have at least 4 cc's per feeding. He's a messy little guy because this is not a very perfect way to do it. And I keep his formula in this little container in this glass of hot water. And that keeps the formula warm because it gets cold really fast when you're only making a few cc's at a time. And he likes it warm. I notice a big difference with how he eats when it's warm versus when it's cold. Yum, num, 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 num. Num, 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 num. This is my second squirrel I'm raising. I also found one in our woodpile last year that was about 5 or 6 weeks old when I found him. His eyes were already open. He had full fur, although his tail was very light with fur, but the rest of him was full fur. He was able to run around a little bit, still a little bit clumsy. So I raised him, and I let him go. He lives in our neighborhood and comes home every day to say hi to me, and then runs off into the trees. Oh, he also kind of has a nest in our garage when it's raining. He's a little spoiled. His name is Otto. And this guy's name is Scrat. His name is Scrat because of the, you know that squirrel in the movie Ice Age? That's what I named him after. And the squirrel, that one that's like obsessed with his acorn. So I named this guy after him. And the name Scrat apparently comes from a combination of squirrel and rat. And quite frankly, at this little guy's little age here, he kind of looks like a rat. Because his tail is not very fluffy. I think squirrels look like rats anyway. They look like rats with hairy tails. Are you done already? Kind of feeding him a little bit early. It's just under 3 hours since the last feeding. You can feed him anywhere between every 3 or every 4 hours. Oh, I'm sorry, did I have my finger in front of his pretty face? Wasn't paying attention. I'm just watching my baby. Are you done? Oh, okay, I think he's done. That was about 3 cc's. Not as much as he usually eats, but when he kind of starts eating slow like that, that's kind of a hint that he's done. Now, the next step when you're raising a baby squirrel is that they don't go tinkle on their own. The mommy in the wild, mommy rubs their little bellies to make them go tinkle. Or she doesn't rub them, she licks them. So in order to simulate mommy licking your little belly, I dip a little toilet paper in my warm water that I was using to keep the food warm. And as you can see, we've got a little boy here. And you just lightly rub, as if you're the mommy tickling. See, and then you can see him going tinkles. And then that's a healthy little baby. It goes tinkles, and you're supposed to do this until he's done. And no more tinkles is coming out. Can you see the little tinkles? Oh, my finger was in the way. I'm sorry. There's little tinkles. He doesn't always like it, but I think he's pretty tired. This is, what time is it? It's 1:15. He's pretty sleepy in the afternoon. What's the matter? Why are you shaking? Why are you shaking? See the little tinkles? Let everybody see her going tinkles. Okay. Good boy. And about this age, once you're feeding him the formula, his poops are like a orangey tan color. But he doesn't go poop every time. Oh, what's the matter? He doesn't like it. I don't want a bath, Mom. Then I use the other side. Actually, I did this backwards. I usually try to wash his face first. You saw what a mess he made of his face. I gotta always wash his face too. Gotta wash your little face. Yeah, gotta wash your little face. You're so dirty. You messy eater. Does that feel good? And then I will put him in his little home. I made a little home. Let's see if you got a little more peepees in there. Got any more peepees? There's more peepees. There you go. Get some more peepees out. More peepees. Good baby. Okay. Say good night, everybody. Good night. It's time for me to take a nappy poo. I gotta go take a nap. Good night.